There's never really been a better time than right now to start a clothing brand with the amount of resources online and just the internet in general. But it is an extremely oversaturated industry with thousands of brands competing for the same market, copying each other, not standing out, and not finding success. If you're looking to start your own clothing brand, here's 4 questions you need to ask yourself to make sure you're really clear on why you're starting it, and also really clear on who you're speaking to and how to get customers. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ty Turner. I'm a DJ and clothing designer from Perth, Australia. I've been doing a brand called Medical for 4 years now. I'll put a link to it in the description if you want to check it out. Let's get into it. The first question I always ask people when they tell me they want to start a clothing brand is, why do you want to start a clothing brand? And it may seem like the most basic question, but how you answer it will drastically change how you approach your brand. There's 3 main reasons that you'd make a brand. The first one, to make money. The second one, as a passion project, you just want to make clothes that you like. Or 3, you're really passionate about clothing and you want to build a legitimate business or legacy. None of these answers are wrong, but they are very different approaches. First thing I'll say is that if you're in it to make money, do not do clothing. Literally choose any other business, because clothing is one of the hardest ways to make money. Clothing and fashion speaks to our ancestral need for social status and belonging to a community, which, while these are strong factors, they're nowhere near as strong as solving survival needs such as shelter, safety, stuff like that. If you did want to make a quick buck doing clothing, I would make trendy t-shirts on blanks, do it made to order or some kind of model like that where you can quickly change designs and you don't have heaps of stock that you're trying to sell, because that'll be the safest way. But I think clothing really isn't the choice if you want to make a quick buck. For passion projects, just understand that clothing is such an investment and you'll spend a lot of money making clothes and you won't get a lot of it back, especially if it's for passion. So just be prepared to spend a lot of money. No matter which option you choose, making a clothing brand is a huge investment and will require a lot of money. So be prepared to put a lot into it and not get returns straight away. The third answer, being passionate about clothes, building a business, is my personal choice, and you need to understand that this is a game of patience. You are building a business, you will have to learn the ins and outs of running a business and everything related to that. This is a long-term choice, so you'll be investing money and resources for a long time. The second question that I like to ask people is, what are your brand's values? You can't value cheap prices and extremely high quality. Those just don't go hand in hand. Some examples of values are luxury, handmade, sustainability, minimal, accessible, limited release, but make sure you choose values that fit together. Some examples of my brand's values would be extremely high quality craftsmanship, because all the pieces are cut and sewn and designed by me, and bold design, all the pieces stand out on their own. The third question that I ask people is, what is your unique selling point and why is someone going to buy your brand over someone else's? There are already thousands of brands in the world, so your brand has to truly be unique and stand out from the rest. Otherwise, it's just going to get lost. If you are copying from someone else, why is someone going to buy your brand and not theirs? In my opinion, this is probably one of the most important questions to answer, because if you don't figure it out early, when you try to scale up, you'll have a lot of issues trying to figure out who you're targeting and why they're going to buy your stuff. Referencing my clothing brand again, one of my unique selling points is that my brand is tech inspired. So everything references tech, from the graphics to putting tech in the clothing, through like glow in the dark knitting and stuff like that. And so that's a reason that people come to my brand specifically. Your unique selling point can really be anything, but make sure that it's unique and that people have a reason to buy your brand and not someone else's brand. The fourth and final question for this video is, who is your target audience? The unique thing about clothing is that every single person on the earth wears clothes, but everyone has different style and wears clothes for different reasons. So you need to find exactly who you're speaking to and the exact person that's going to wear your brand. You need to get really specific with this person, their gender, their age, where they shop, what they do for a living, so you know exactly how to speak to them. If you've ever heard of 1,000 True Fans, this is exactly when you figure out who your 1,000 True Fans are and how to speak to that exact kind of person. If, for example, your audience is car fanatics, referencing cars in your graphics and branding is going to be a great way to speak to that kind of person. That's my 4 questions to ask yourself before starting a clothing brand. Hopefully these questions helped you figure out if this is the right choice for you, and going forward they'll help you choose a name and theme and where you want to take your brand. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Peace.